Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. It is Tuesday morning, and you know what that means. We get to speak with the one and only lumberjack landlord. How you doing, Matt?
I am super pumped to be here, fully recovered from my 3 hour session on Sunday.
Yeah, that
And
was
it
good.
was,
I got to
it,
check you out for a few minutes before and after an interview. So, yeah, you were almost 2 hours in when I caught up with you the last time. I was like, damn, this guy is not kidding.
it's a lot of fun. Honestly, people watching makes it fun.
Yeah,
You've got like 30 people and asking questions and everyone can learn from it. And
yeah.
it's awesome. Yeah. So absolutely love it. And yeah, thanks for stopping. It was always good to say hi. I was a little shocked when I saw the one
Yeah.
moniker.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Mike's been hacked.
Mike's been hacked. Who's got his logo? That's funny.
Exactly.
That's funny. Well, hey, what I wanted to do here, I don't know if you caught this on Sunday, but somebody we called out about a year ago.
Yeah.
This individual, we'll get to his name in a minute, but essentially this individual came out and said our asset of choice, residential real estate, was going to crash 40%. Get out now.
Yeah.
You and I had several conversations. We actually did videos where we were willing to pony up 10 grand, and B, we were even willing to put our portfolio combined against his, yes, saying he was wrong. Well, Sunday he came out and said, we have massive inflation coming. Buy now. I'm buying everything I can. And of course, folks, I'm talking about Ken McElroy. Did you see that video?
I did. I saw that video, and we talked about it some on Sunday because I was apoplectic.
There's a ninth grade dropout word for you. Hey,
I was so unbelievably pissed. I was like, this guy had the nuts to get on here and tell tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
Probably hundreds of thousands, yeah.
Right? Hundreds of thousands of people, get out now, 40% crash coming. And then in his true schizophrenic nature, 6 months later, he's calling for the exact opposite, buy everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm not sure about you, Mike, but in my book, that makes you an uninformed jerk. Like,
it certainly makes you wrong.
Right. Well, not only, I mean, it was wrong, but it was the guidance he was giving. Like, this is where people need to watch a multitude of people, right?
Yeah.
And filter appropriately. Because if you were following Ken, guess what you did? If you were following Ken, you sold.
Yeah, you sold. You missed out on, let's just round it to 30% appreciation. And now he's telling you to buy higher. That, generally speaking, doesn't work well.
Mike, higher number and a higher rate equaling a higher payment.
Yeah, strike one, strike two, strike three.
Yeah, now I feel so good about it that I want you to pay more money with a higher payment and now have more years on the amortization of your mortgage. Well done, Ken. Well done.
Yeah, you know, and I've made calls that have been proven wrong, but something I do that I haven't seen, maybe Ken has, I haven't seen it. I want to say that one thing. I would have done, before I put out that video that says massive inflation coming, I'm buying everything, I would have done a separate video apologizing for being wrong, right? I was wrong. This is what I saw. This is what I said. This didn't happen. Mea culpa. He didn't do that as near as I can tell.
No.
Which now he's just, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold.
Yeah, I didn't see that. And the other thing that I would do too is that we always talk about watching what people do, not just what they say.
Yeah.
And so my question is, Ken, when you were Mr. Big Stuff, getting all the clicks, talking about 40% market drop, Mr. Man, how much did you sell?
Yeah,
Tell me how much you sold.
That's the real problem. He was talking about an asset. Dude, I bet you the man, and again, I wish I had Ken McElroy's portfolio. Let's just put it out there, right? I don't think that guy is, other than maybe his home, maybe a vacation. He's really rich, right? So maybe he has 5 vacation homes. Who knows?
Right.
But the chances that he has a portfolio of single family homes is like 0.
Nice round number.
Why? Yeah, it's a nice round. I like that round number.
Nice round number.
Yeah, it's stay in your lane, right? It's
Listen, when I take advice, the reason why you and I talk, the reason why we try and help people out is because we're doing, and they're asking questions about what we're doing. Actively doing, pursuing, putting our money where our mouth is, hiring guys, doing projects, all that stuff is happening now.
Yeah.
If the guy that you're talking to can't tell you what a 2x4 costs right now, and you're talking to them about construction, you probably should not be talking or listening to them. because they don't know. Listen to people that are listen to people that are getting great results doing what they say they're doing. But the red flags are if they're not taking their own advice, I certainly wouldn't follow it. And if somebody can't apologize for being wrong, I certainly wouldn't follow them.
Yeah. The beauty of this thing that we're doing here, we're trying to help taking action. We're going to put stuff out there you're going to be wrong. Every YouTube channel, myself included, we're going to be wrong all the time. It's why it's daily.
Of course.
But own it, right? One of the biggest mistakes I had, I forget it was 6 months ago, I called for 1 million and had like 1 million addition. I think it was July's numbers, might've been June, and came in at like 236. I did a whole video about, damn, I was wrong. Oh my God, I was wrong. That was ugly. That was bad. That was bad. So it's going to happen. So the other thing I want to talk about is Ken is basically, when I watched the video, it almost felt like he's telling people to go all in. That's what it kind of felt like.
It is. You're right.
And
I agree.
The time to go all in was about 1.5 years ago.
Right. I mean, oh dear God. And so, I mean, and that's the thing is too, I don't know what the new rate is for normal people, right?
Yeah, I don't get those rates.
10 units or less, right? We don't get those rates.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the new rate is for normal people, but it's obviously up a ton, right? Because you went from a basically 1.1, 1.2 on the 10-year to now you're 1.6.
1.6 something, yeah.
And that has a multiplier to it.
Yeah, it does.
So it's not just 400 basis points.
Yeah.
You know, 40 basis points.
Right.
So that's the question is, what is that 40 basis points? What's the multiplier?
Yeah. Did they go up 6? Did they go up 7?
Our mortgage 3/4, 3.5, 3.25, whatever. Yeah. But again, the thing that most troubling to me is there are not 350,000 people that are investing in large multifamily in the country.
No.
So he's talking to the normal homeowner or the normal real estate investor. That's who he's talking to. And his book of business does not look anything like 99.99% of their business.
No, it's 100%. The people that are doing large syndications, like Grant Cardone is not watching Ken McElroy, right? They orbit in the same stratosphere, but they're not, generally speaking, watching each other, right? And people need to realize that. The other thing is it's not the time to go all in. It's always a great day to do a great deal.
That's right.
It's always a good time to do the work. I just had this, again, sometimes I try to read between the lines and I'm wrong, but it was like, you're telling people to almost buy indiscriminately. And I'm like, dude, that is the wrong freaking advice. That is how you lose freaking money. What are you doing, Ken?
That's right. That's right. And again, I mean, this is why it's always being preached by you the most. Certainly, all the other multimillionaires on your channel support that, which is doing the work, understanding your market, looking and talking about the pockets that are possible. That was one of the things that we spent about a half hour on the live stream on Sunday when we did about 3 hours, but a half hour of that was actually showing people how I identified the deal, how I followed through and made the deal happen, how I knew it was a great deal, how I was able to put the money at risk and in play for that deal. And sure, did I end up with an amazing deal? I ended up with a deal that's an absolute grand slam. Mike, the numbers look like about what you would call a 42% yield.
I might do a 42% deal. Maybe. I would do
42% yield.
I would do that deal. Anything north of 20%. How fast can I sign?
Yeah. I told Ashley, I was like, I would start literally selling family pictures if it would get me to
that's what I did. I mean, people don't realize back in 2010, 11, when deals were everywhere, I did stuff I never thought I would do. I got a loan on 2 of my cars. I was doing, when deals are go right, sell blood if you have to, right?
I sold cars. I sold, you name it. I wanted to get super liquid as much as I possibly can, and make the magic happen. And every dollar that I invested, it has had babies and has had about Duggar level babies, like 19 and counting.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So I wish the guys, so they wouldn't get 300,000 clicks if people understood the general framework, right? of what you should be looking for and looking at. And the only reason that guys like us watch Ken is because we may someday get to the point where we do a deal like that.
Yeah. Well, I watch Ken because I'm just jealous. I'm jealous of his hair. I'm just a hater.
I watch him because honestly, one day I suspect that I will be part of an investment group that will probably do a large multifamily. I won't syndicate, but I probably will be part of an investment group that will look at something like that and maybe even building it or something along those lines. So I watch that stuff for knowledge. But when I hear that stuff, it really angers me because it confuses 99.9% of the public that isn't doing his type of business. And quite frankly, I think we've all proven he had no clue what he was talking about. No clue.
Dangerous 18 months ago, dangerous now. And again, I'm buying now.
Right.
I just
you and me both.
The whole go all in, but dude, people are going to watch that video. They're going to go to the MLS. They're going to buy just an MLS listing. How do you know that that's a good or great deal? It's not. I can guarantee you it's not. Or at least, I guess I can guarantee if it's still on the MLS, it's not a great deal. There's no inventory. So it's just, I did not leave. I guess I watched it. I felt vindicated, right? Because you didn't know. I mean, maybe he was right. Maybe he wasn't right. So I felt vindicated. But then I felt at the end, I'm like, I feel as uneasy right now as I did last time. I'm like, damn. Oh, well.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think you evaluate the deal as it sits. And the other thing too is, Mike, is that it's like we talked about, I think we talked about it in like May or June, when I think what we talked about it with Dion was that prices would start to soften, right? And yields and return on capital would start to go up. And so now where I might have had, or back in May when I might have had a 6 or an 8% deal fighting for my money. Now it's a 9 or 10% deal fighting for my money. And so the good news is that it's more like a 43% got my money.
Exactly.
Right. So, I think just people need to be cautious of that. And it bums me out if anybody listened to him, because I would really like to know, Ken, did you take your own advice?
Yeah. What did you sell?
What did you sell with that 40% crash coming? Because we always said, Mike, that we expected it to continue to go up and that things continue to change. Now, that being said, I expected some asset classes would perform better than others. And so I got out of some asset classes, but then directly reinvested in others. That's a different thing.
Yeah. I'm bigger today.
Sellers.
Yeah. I'm bigger today than I was. That would be a great question. What'd you sell, Ken? That would be a good question.
I think that's what the title of the video should be.
What'd you sell, Ken?
Ken McElroy, what'd you sell when you called for a 40% crash?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
I might actually do that. What the heck?
You should. They're not going to really like the I've got one coming up that we're going to basically put all these heads of all these guys on one slide, show all the people that were calling for this massive crash, because we're T minus 77 days and counting.
Yeah, exactly. All right, buddy. How can people find you? This has been a lot of fun.
Lumberjacklandlord.com, Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube. And this Sunday, I believe we're still going to be doing the 11:30 Eastern time live stream. I believe we are. We will see. This one's the only one that has any doubt around it, because we've got Eliana is going in for her treatment on Thursday, and she'll be home Monday. Okay. But if everything is smooth sailing and everyone just wants to get rid of Dad for a few hours, then that's where I will be.
Got it. Very cool, man.
Awesome.
Take care.
Thanks, Mike.